So Mia is very eager, and I guess this is the way that we have to open this night. Um, it's been a very powerful, very energetic, quantum leap type of summer, and we're getting to the end of it, and it's closing, I'll say, with a bang, with this new moon that is opening portals.
Stop.
Is opening portals that are very, very important and very, very empowering to each one of us. In terms of numerology of this new moon, it's at 21 degrees 58 seconds of Virgo, which ends up being 8 plus 8, which is 16. That 8 is infinity, 2 times infinity, high vibration. And then 16 ends up being number 7. And 7 is a number that connects us with Earth, is at the bottom of the matrix, and is a way to bring that higher octave of your higher self. And what can you bring to Earth to materialize here? And that is reflected also in the way that is connecting the energies of Virgo, which is Earth, with water in Pisces, with Saturn, and with Neptune. And these energies invite us to, in the higher octave, in the higher possibilities, the potential that it has, is for us to deeply explore what are the lessons of previous experiences that we can draw on, so that we can, from an empowered space, an empowered mental space, compare notes and decide what are the patterns of communication, patterns of thought or emotional response that we can let go of, so that we can start creating from true joy and pleasure, the long-lasting kind of pleasure, the one that connects us with the truth, the one that connects us with the melody of the spheres, the melody of creation, the high vibration one, so that we can release, truly release, what is not serving us. And how can we release what is not serving us? When we draw the wisdom. And we can only do that when we do inner exploration. And this is inviting us to go within our bodies, to find through our bodies what is causing tension. If anything in your life is causing tension in your body, that's how you can access the portal of introspection and exploration with curiosity. We are to explore only from curiosity, so that we can release shame and guilt. Because only when we release shame and guilt is that we can really identify in truth what is the lesson. Because the lesson empowers us. The lesson puts you in the driver's seat. Because when you are in the driver's seat, you can decide differently next time. When you are at the mercy of the automatic everything, you are not in freedom. You are not being free. So how can we practice more of this? We can start practicing the small things. What is the pattern that repeats everywhere? that you can start practicing in smaller steps. Because we cannot just decide to change everything in our lives at once. We will just feel overwhelmed. But what is the one pattern that will help you get in sync with your own rhythm? It could be as simple as breathing. Breathing is the first intrinsic rhythm. And that intrinsic rhythm is bringing nourishment to your body. And that's one of the themes of this new moon. How we can nourish our bodies, nourish our soul with the true nourishment. The one that makes your heart expand. The one that lets you see clearly the truth at each moment. So if we connect with our breathing, then you connect with the most intrinsic rhythm in your body. When you inhale, you can bring in all of the light and nourishment within your body. Where do you need it? Where in your body do you need that nourishment, that light, that etheric nourishment? And when you exhale, you let go of anything that does not belong in your body. This could be the first thing you do. Conscious breathing, bringing the light within your body, exhaling anything that does not belong to you. Is what you're thinking really your thought? Challenge thoughts that make you feel not comfortable. And with the breathing, you can challenge those energetic presence. We're like radio stations. What frequencies are you vibrating most with? Those are the ones that you're gonna be attracting to you. So not because a thought appears in your mind belongs or comes from within you. It's not true. Challenge that and find the truth, the true vibration within you. And you can do that by going back to your rhythm, by breathing consciously. Only when you find your own rhythm and you maintain the nourishment within your body, and you find that true accepting non-conditional love for yourself, you can start relating truly with others. And when you create that authentic connection within you, you can create authentic connection with others. If you find what is true for you, what is your true desire, you can easily attract it to you. Because you don't need to ask, it's just gonna be magnetized, because it's from your heart. We're electromagnetic beings, and we can only be magnetic when we are in rhythm, moving all of the energies throughout our bodies in rhythmic movement. It's not balance what you need. Balance is static. Everything in the universe moves, and it moves with a rhythm. And that's what we're celebrating tonight, a new moon in rhythm. So how can you get your rhythms in sync with those around you, with this earth that supports you? From this rhythm, then you can create harmony with others in authentic and true communication. When more of us are in harmony, then we can create a beautiful melody, a truth that cannot be denied, because it's just vibrating from the source of everything that exists. So it's not an opinion, it is just truth, and that can be sensed from your heart. Only when you can connect from within and find your own truth. And this particular moment, this particular new moon is happening, pushing each one of us to go and find that inner rhythm so that you can connect with your own truth. Because it's the portal before a big eclipse that is happening soon. And that big eclipse is activating points that are truly asking for you to be a warrior in your heart of hearts, a warrior for that truth, so that you can put in action in service of that heart. So that each action that you take is in service for your truth. Because if each one of us is acting on behalf of that truth that you're feeling inside of your heart, there cannot be pain, there cannot be shame, it can only be joy, because it comes from your freedom. It's a free choice. And these eclipses are happening at the time that we have to put the seeds in the ground so that we can reap a new harvest next spring. And the way that cycles work for new moons, for moon cycles, better, they work in opposites, and they work in periods of about 2.5 years. So this cycle is starting now with a new moon. The first quarter moon is happening next year in June in Gemini. The full moon of this comes in March of 2025 near the equinox of 2025. And then the last quarter moon happens in Sagittarius in December of 2025. So what does that mean? It means that the seeds that we put now, you're gonna start to see the buds of that little seed growing next spring, almost at the time of the solstice. And then you're gonna see even a bigger flourishing in the spring of 2025, and a culmination of that project in December of 2025. So what is your heart asking of you now? What is that truth that perhaps is creating a little discomfort in your life, little pain, and you have not really understand what it is? Again, look back at your body, find in your body that tension. Whenever a situation arises that you're not enjoying, where is that tension in your body? What is that telling you? What kind of a pattern is showing to you? It might be an ancestral pattern. Is that something that has happened in your family? Like in your mom's life, in your grandmother's life, in your great-grandmother's life? Explore that. Follow that thread. because perhaps it is you who can change that cycle of repeating and creating new, choosing a different answer, choosing a different way. So that you can pick up a different kind of harvest. Find that one thing, that's all you need. Remember, you can work with your breath to work that tension, to transform it and understand and find that wise woman, that wise man within you. The answers are always within, and your answers are only for you. This is why we're working with the plant that I shared earlier, because it is a plant that you put the seed, you put the bulb for that plant now, so that you can enjoy the flower in Easter. And it's a plant that teaches us of opposites. It's so white and pure, and it has this pollen that is so orange and stainy. We can hold those opposites within us. It's that tension that creates movement, and it creates the potential for growth and expansion. Don't get attached to any one of the extremes. Find the rhythm between them so that you can keep on growing and expanding. Thank you.